Uh, Fellas, thank you for anybody that's joined or is watching this after it's been recorded. My name is Mike Judy. I'm the head football coach at Smyrna High School in Delaware. I've been here, I think this is going to be my 12th year as the head coach, but 19th overall at this school. Um, we've had a lot of success, and just like many of you other high school coaches, we've had to utilize our adaptability, flexibility to deal with your normal public school cycles of kids. So we've been everything from a four down, four down over front defense to a slanting odd front to a stack, and you just a lot of the things I'm going to talk about today are applicable for all of these. Any approach to defense, it's more of conceptual, but I'm going to put it in terms of our hybrid 3-4-4-2 stuff. So as always, if you have any questions or anything, I will put my information up to contact me at the end of the presentation, and feel free to reach out to me, and we'll try to answer any questions that you have. All right. So without further ado, let me move this thing out of here. All right. So we're going to be talking about defending run heavy or run oriented defenses. These are just we run into a lot of that in Delaware. Although with the advent of the spread and putting people on islands and defending the whole field horizontally and vertically, it has caught on in the last decade in Delaware. But we still have a couple holdouts, man. One of the classic, all-time classic run-oriented offenses is the Delaware wing T. Right, that started, not started, but the godfather of that, coached at University of Delaware, which is about, no matter where you are in the state of Delaware, that's about an hour and a half ride at most. For us, my area, it's about a 30-minute ride to get to University of Delaware. And there are plenty of old school coaches that took advantage of that proximity and the resources they had. So for many, many years, the Delaware wing T kind of ruled football. And if you were going to coach in this area, you better know how to defend it. And you probably knew how to run it as well. So I'm going to give you some tips and pointers and go over some of our favorite approaches to stopping T and wing T based offenses. I know some of you guys on the West Coast, you probably see some double wing stuff, maybe even wing T, or I'm sure wing T. You see some option, some veer option stuff, old split back veer. I think this stuff is applicable to all of those. But most of my experiences in defending when it comes to run-oriented offenses, wing T and power T, power I type of offenses. We do see some option dependent on the year, but not always year to year. We do not see much double wing out this way at the high school level. But I do not think, well, I know for sure that many of the concepts I'm going to talk about are applicable to that as well. So some key concepts when designing your game plan against these teams. Number one, I think you need to have a clearly understood and defined force plan. How are you going to force the ball back inside? I clearly have a defined force player. Okay. We need to attack the blocking scheme. Another concept is to hard point or hammer certain blockers in the blocking unit to eliminate good angles that they have. So, for example, in our odd front, we want to eliminate the tight end's ability to down block in our normal alignment. So we need to get hands on him and flatten him out quickly, or we can let him apply his rule and then backfill with stunts. And I'm going to show you some stunts that we do there. Calculated stunts and blitzes. Don't get into the, when they're matriculating the ball slowly and just you're dying a slow death, do not start sending the house. Do not do that. Do not just start, that's really common in our side of the ball, is like out of frustration, we're frustrated, so we start sending more guys. And they're going to split you, and it's going to be a house call before you know it. So again, that guy who runs this dinosaur offense has seen it all, and they have plans against this all-out blitz stuff that you're going to do. Can't do that. Not play in and play out. And then the other number one thing is stay gapped out, stay gap sound. All right, in the attacking the off tackle, Okay, the major way, at least the very first thing we try to do against run heavy teams is attack the outside attack the off tackle area. When we teach this, our teaching progression isn't, I can't really describe it all in this time frame, but generally we teach the kids that you're either an outside blitzer or an inside blitzer in this stunt. The outside blitzer has to be a box. He has to be a boxer. He has to contain or force everything inside. And he is also the peel player. So when somebody runs a play action pass and they're trying to kick out this outside blitzer, he is actually, or they're going to fake that they're kicking this dude out. All right. He's going to have to pick up that kid if he crosses his nose out into a route. Okay. Because this is a man coverage concept, and we're going to run a lot of man coverage against, we're going to mix man and simple cover three essentially against these teams. The inside blitzer has to cross the face on any base block. And then obviously he has to chase and spill any kickouts. And then we just package them. So for us, we call it college blitzes. So Oregon is both overhangs are coming off the edge. The overhangs are going to be the outside blitzers. The next guy inside, whether that's a linebacker in a rush or it's a defensive lineman, that kid's going to be the inside blitzer / spill chase kid. Iowa, we just switch their roles. We have the outside blitzers delay for a second. The defensive ends, the edge kids end up looping, and the overhangs come underneath, and they are the spillers. Then we also do formational ones where we attack away from the strong side, which would be starting with W's for weak side, right? Washington and Whiskey or Wisconsin. Those guys are going to be, it's a weak side off tackle blitz. All right. Where we use word association. Wisconsin is weak side inside. So the blitzer is the inside blitzer. And then State and Stanford are the strong side ones. Okay. I'm going to show you examples of these. So in this sample right here, we have attached our jack backer in our 3-4 and kicked over to an over front to the tight end. Okay. A true, like a Miami over 9 technique. So what we want to do is we want to align like this to allow them to apply their rules. So I'm going to use the example of the classic wing tee. Well, in this formation, like pin and pull, but there's a quarterback here. All right. This is going to be the classic buck sweep. Okay. Where they're trying to get up in here. Here's how the blocking scheme works. Learn this through film study. The tight end is going to make a determination. His rule is gap down backer. Is there somebody in his immediate gap? No. Is there somebody on top of the man down from them? No. So that means he's going to get to his third level of the rule, and he's going to work to the backer. Okay? This tackle, gap down backer. Is there a man in his inside gap? Yes. He's going to block him. The wing, gap down backer. Is there a man in his immediate gap? Yes. He's going to try to block him. Okay. So just by this alignment, what we have guaranteed is that this overhang is now the box player. He's the one that's going to probably get trapped in this scenario if we stay static. All right. So that's how we kind of set their rules for them. The guard is going to pull, try to kick that kid out. Center's going to reach the front side A gap. Sometimes they check it to the backside A gap, depending on where the shade is. All right. And then the backside guard's going to pull and wrap. Okay. And ultimately, they're trying to get here and here. Okay. So using our rules without stunting here, the way we would want to fit this is our Mike backer would want to fit over the top of this wrap. And we'd want to get this will over the top of this down block, okay, and inside of the wrapper, and then we got a good play. That's going to be really hard to do if we don't take care of this tight end and anchor his angle. So what we need to do here is to not allow him, okay, is to not allow him to take that good angle to the will. So we got to get hands on. Okay, we got to get hands on and flatten him out so that he can't get to the will. All right, so this is just basic fundamental stuff. All right. All right. This is one of our favorites too. This is a great changeup. You've seen a lot of Oregon, which is outside blitz, outside blitz. So now we're going to loop this kid and we're going to bring these guys underneath. So we're exchanging jobs out of the same alignment. Perfect. So we got number 20 here. Okay, he goes underneath. He's looking to kick out. He actually is a safety, and he ends up not. He's looking to spill. He doesn't get a great spill here, but because we changed the math, we will have a free hitter. Notice the play side inside backer. All right, they're trying to get numbers and get this guy blocked. They're not dumb. They're trying to get everybody blocked here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive blockers against 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive players. Should be able to block everybody. But the stunting causes these guys who are essentially locking into who they're blocking, it causes them to have problems. Now they're chasing ghosts. Right? And it really just starts with the gap exchange. If we were to line up like this, here's how the play would go. He'd block the DN, the tackle would block the DN, the guard in the center would probably block the nose. Out to the backer. Oh, they're running a dart play. So that's what it is. They would be blocking down, pulling the guard to block this inside backer, and this slot would be trying to pick off this rover. As you can see, we're going to bring this guy and change the math. So now they got no angles. They have the tackle and the slot blocking the same kid, which frees up one of our guys. And now you got numbers.